We're Bison! We are impacted! We're Bison! We're ready to get up! We want to win! Light the fire of power that make us free! We never break down! We want to win! We are impacted! The best team!
Hello and welcome back to TNI Impacted episode 103. Coming to you live via the Total Nonstop Impact Network on YouTube and Twitch. I'm your host Bison, and today, at the moment, I am only joined by, of course, the man simply known as Steve. Hopefully the Joker will be joining us a little bit later, but we'll have to wait and see. Just looking in some of the comments in the chat already, I'm loving the fact Bonus Baby is singing our tune to us, which I love. Well, you're right, we are the best team. There is no doubt about that. But anyway, thank you, Bonkers. I appreciate that. I enjoyed that interview as well. We'll talk about that a little bit later. We've got Terrence and James, Anna, Bonkers, as we've just said, in the house. So it's good to see you guys. Thank you for joining us right from the top of the show. We really appreciate it. We really do.
Certainly do.
How are you, my brother?
Yeah, we're doing all right, thank you. Bit of a headache today, but we're going to keep going until Bound for Glory, because for someone who wasn't too bothered about it a few weeks ago, they're doing really well to get you invested in it now.
Yes, man, definitely. I think we're building lovely.
Yes.
Quick hello to Donald. And Joker is turned up in the chat for some reason. You're supposed to be in the room. You're supposed to be in here, Joe. Yeah? But anyway. So anyway, good to see everybody in the chat. Hopefully Joe will join us any minute. No, glad you're okay. Sorry you got a bit of a headache there, brother. That's not good.
Yeah, I think the change of temperature is just hitting everyone, isn't it?
It does, yeah. My son has got the snivels and all sorts. He was off school yesterday. He's been suffering from headaches here and there as well. But that's something to do with. I think that's to do with school. To be honest, I don't want to go to school, so I've got a headache. But
we've all used.
Hey, Courtney, we'll use that one. Michael's in the house. So really good. We've got quite a few people in the house at the moment. I don't think that's what Scott said, Michael. But there you go. Mia's joined us, which is fantastic. But anyway, guys, let's just get slap bang. Let's get slap bang into the news rumors and, of course, the Impact recap. I've only got one little bit of the Impact recap in there because I just want to talk about that Monsters Ball. We've got so much to talk about this week, especially with the obviously the Bound for Glory preview, as well as that Go Home show. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about this week. But guys, there's been lots of speculation with regards to several talents coming to the end of their contracts. And if they have or will be signing deals to keep them in Impact, obviously post BFG. We've also, Mia Yim, I think OGK, Maria, obviously pretty much on and no more talents, etc. that are the ones that people are speculating about. A lot of people thinking that they're gone. I'd heard a few things that they've already signed, but we'll just have to wait and see. We'll certainly, I think, BFG. If OGK lose, that's a definite indication they're on their way out. So, but I hope Mia Yim stays. But there are rumors she's going to AEW with her husband. We just have to wait and see. What are your thoughts on all this speculation going on at the moment, Steve?
I always say, why do we need to speculate? I mean, what will happen, really. I do think that realistically, Impact need to try and keep all this talent, because the talent that is being talked about is talent that needs to stay in Impact. OGK have been a revelation in the tag team division, and they're only now starting to get their push. And Mia Yim can offer so much in the Knockouts division. So again, someone that they need to keep hold of. But, until they leave, then I don't see why we need to kind of keep Button in the business.
No, I'm. Do you remember? It wasn't that long ago that I forgot. That's terrible. Morrissey, Morrissey,
Yeah.
was saying, like, at the end of the day, my contracting details is between me and my employer. And it's interesting as well, because I always say at the end of the day, the contracts that I have with my employees is private. They don't go banding it around and showing everybody, do they? It just, that's silly. They might talk about their own, their hourly rates or whatever, but at the end of the day, they don't ban their contracts around.
And it makes us as fans watch the match in a different way. We're not watching it to see who wins and lose as wrestlers. We're watching it as to see, right, if they win, then they're staying with the company. If they lose, then they're gone. And we shouldn't be watching the matches like that.
No, you're right. But the trouble is, when they bring out these kind of speculations, or when you start hearing all these kind of things, then obviously that's sort of kind of what you start to feel. But I mean, that's sort of kind of like the negative. The negative side of what's been sort of going on, really. But I mean, we've got like so many different things going on. I mean, you got speculations of several new talents coming in at BFG, and of course after BFG as well. Like I say, there was discussions last week. We were talking about Athena possibly heading to Impact Wrestling, and there were other talents being talked about as well. We know that Bobby Fish is going to be at BFG, which is interesting. So there's all sorts of stuff in there. There's other positives as well that I think we need to start focusing more on the positives than the negatives. What do you think?
Certainly, for everything that we sort of raise about Impact and what they can do better.
Yeah,
there's a lot they're doing right at the moment. They are on, to quote Matt Taven, they are on a trend up, and the next year I think is only going to get better.
I totally agree with that as well. I think the problem was that they built up quite promisingly towards the end of 2019. I mean, BFG in Chicago was at that pretty large venue. They had like 3,500 fans in the arena. We've not even hit anywhere near that now so far. I'm hoping that. I mean, I don't know how many the Armory holds, but I mean, from what I can gather, it's going to be the biggest gate they've had all year. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'd be interested to know how many fans that is. But I think that's really, really good news. Hi, Simon Plum. Zach Bonifer's in the house. Keanu Reviews. I knew you said Keanu Reeves then. Keanu Reviews is in the house, which is good to see. So nice to see you guys. And of course, you're right, Simon. Joe has confirmed he'll be around. I believe he was also at the last set of tapings as well. So although we may turn up tomorrow night at some point. Maybe doing a backstage interview or something, leading into obviously, Bound for Glory on Friday for his big debut, which I think would be really cool. But yeah, John Rosada's in the house. Oh my goodness me, they're all coming in tonight. It's great to see you guys. So I mean, there's lots of positives as well that we need to look at. Here's a positive. Impact joins forces with Albany Empire, the National Arena Football League champions. Team captain Brandon Sassy will be there to meet and take photos with the championship trophy on Saturday night, which is obviously the tapings. And there's a way to draw a few people in, go and check it out. But apparently he's going to be there. So I'm sure they'll use it in the show somehow, which would be interesting. I didn't know anything about National Arena League, so it's like indoor American football. Yeah, I never heard of it. I never heard of it. I didn't even know it was a thing. So if anyone in the chat wants to enlighten me on this, but at the end of the day, they are the national champions. And they come from Albany, so the Albany Empire in the house. It's on the set of tapings on Saturday. I don't know if they're going to be around it Bound for Glory as well, but that's when they're going to be doing the signing. So that's interesting stuff. And again, it's a positive, right?
Yeah, like I say, the more connections they can make and help get their advertisement out there, or hopefully they can, because obviously you make those connections and you want them to be advertising Impact as well. Impact advertises a lot of the people that they work with, so you want the favour to be returned. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll work. I think that's the whole point in these sort of kind of like relationship building. I think it's great to build those relationships within the area as well, and it can only benefit them maybe on a return, maybe next year at some point when they'll come back and just do a set of tapings here instead of a pay-per-view. Maybe you never know. But building relationships is what Impact Wrestling seems to be all about right now. You scratch my back, I'll scratch your back type scenario. So I like the sound of that. Mia says that he's heard of the arena football leagues. He's what's that? Not much. So I don't know what that means. So yeah, interesting. The Friday pay-per-views. So somebody's asking there. I think that's Keanu. Who's asking about the Friday pay-per-views. Interesting. I know why.
Have your take.
I know exactly why they're doing it. Because if they have it on a Sunday, they don't get much of a take up for tickets on a Monday night when they do the tapings. So I understand it, definitely. I still feel that they should do Saturday. I think it should be Saturday and Sunday, personally.
Yeah.
But they're giving it a go. They're giving Friday a go. Apparently, it is a good night for live. Apparently, it's a good night for live wrestling. So we'll see. And clearly, BFG is selling really, really well. But we'll have to see what the uptake is with regards to pay-per-view buys on Fight and on pay-per-view.com or wherever it is that people are signing up. We'll have to see what those sort of buy rates are like.
I think if you look at Victory Road, the coverage of Victory Road, there was hardly any of it online because everyone was busy with other things on Friday nights. So it did hurt in that aspect a lot.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean,
I've
heard.
I would give it. Oh, here we come.
Here he is. He's made it. The Joker was stuck in the void. He couldn't get out.
Yeah.
He was stuck in the void. He couldn't get out, but here he is, the legend himself. He's made it. Joseph's made it.
Apologies, guys.
No, that's all right. It doesn't matter. We got here in the end. Though. We got there in the end.
This is kind of what I was going on. You have like a lot of other wrestling and other things on Friday nights, and it, Impact kind of, you don't see a lot of coverage on the Friday night.
I think what they're trying to do though is get a good gate. I think that's what they're after. Is getting a good live audience, and they know that they're going to get a reasonable audience on the Saturday night. So it makes sense to have a go at Friday, because if they get a good gate on Friday, they can get a good gate on Saturday. All that's good on TV. I don't know.
It's been a bang-a-rama.
I don't know if it's the right move or not. They're trying it.
Yeah.
I saw the interview. Scott basically said they're giving it a go. If it turns out it's not going to work, then they'll possibly revert back to Saturday and Sunday. But either way, they're giving it a good go, and they're in a situation whereby if they put out a live product, and then the following day they're doing TV tapings, they can't do it on a night where they're not going to get people buying a ticket to go to the arena. That's the key. So we'll just see how it goes. I think they'll probably end up doing Saturday and Sunday again at some point.
Yeah.
But let's give it a go. Let's see how it goes. It doesn't make any difference to me. I'll watch it whenever. It's not so good for others by the looks of it. But good to see Chris in the house. Chris Maycock's arrived. Obviously, Courtney's there. Trent's in the house. He's already been in here longer than his marriage, which is good to see. We got James in the house. Zach's in the house. We already said about Zach, didn't we? So yeah, loads of good interaction actually, guys.
We got this guy again.
Hanging in the undead realm. Yeah. I like it. Right, okay, so guys, moving on. So Jordynne Grace and Heath have been on, a bit of a media blitz. They've been appearing on local news channels in Albany, New York, and they've also been doing sign-ins at stores and stuff like that, which is great to see. I heard they were on the radio. I know that Mia Yim, for instance, was also on Busted Open Radio today, as well as Scott Demore. So they've been doing the blitzing. They've been doing the media this week, which is good to see. Also, ticket sales are looking to be strong for BFG. All the floor seats look to be sold out. Just a general admission available now in the bleachers. It'd be great to see those bleachers full, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
It would be fantastic. So fingers crossed we get a really, really good, a real good take up. Because again, Impact are renowned for having a good walk up as well. So if there are some bleachers, if there are some general admission seating left, at the end of the day, guys, and you haven't bought your ticket yet, you find yourself free on Friday night, just go down there. You never know. You might be able to get in. You never know. There might be a few tickets left. You never. Can I just say as well, guys, don't forget to get over and buy your Joe Doring t-shirt. Support Big Joe. I've got mine's arrived today, so I thought I'd get that bad boy on. So I'm supporting the big man. Let's make sure that all of you guys are supporting the big man as well. Get it ordered. So that's good. Now, what I wanted to also talk about was this past week on Impact, the main event was Monsters Ball. And we have Masha Slamovich versus Ali Catch. Now, guys, this was a beast of a match, wasn't it? This was a great match. This was on the verge of proper deathmatch styly stuff. It wasn't quite there, but it wasn't far off, was it? Especially when they started bringing out the half-cut cans and, all that kind of stuff as well. It started to fall into the realms of a death match. Maybe not quite there, but it was certainly getting close, wasn't it, Joe?
It was fantastic. It was absolutely brilliant. It just once again showed why the Knockouts is the best women's division in the professional wrestling. They took each other to hell and back.
Well, there you go. And what did you think, Steve? Were you impressed with this match, or I saw a couple of people weren't overly impressed, but were you?
I was incredibly impressed. Like I say, this is my first time really seeing Ali Catch, and they put on a hell of a match. And it was one where I was like, okay, yeah, Ali Catch can certainly offer something. And I can understand what people are saying. Like, you've got 2 weeks away from Bound for Glory, and you've got Grace really being pushed by Max, and then you've got Masha being really pushed by Ali Catch. So where on earth do Masha and Jordynne go now? How good can their match be now you've had two fantastic matches? But I guess that's the bar. The bar has been set, so they've got to topple it.
It's going to be interesting. You're right, to see where they go. I'm loving Bonus Baby. Watched the match 3 times. He enjoyed it that much. I think these guys literally took themselves to the limit. I mean, the match with Jordynne and Max was just incredible, and then we get this one, just crazy stuff, just absolutely crazy. I mean, bonkers is got it right. It was a barn burner, and it certainly was. I love that Judas Priest. I think Trent would like that one, Judas Priest. Yeah. But there you go. So there's a lot going on there, and Anna's waiting for her Joe shirt to turn up. So can't believe I got mine before you, my lovely. Blimey. I've been waiting 3 weeks for mine to arrive here in the UK, but we got it in the end. But yeah, so it's going to be really, really interesting to see where it goes. Courtney was just saying there that she couldn't go to this show. It's only 45 minutes away from her aunt's house, so she could have stayed there. But life gets in the way sometimes, Courtney. Yeah. We've got to live our lives at the end of the day. But yeah, so this was a hell of a match, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'd like to see more of Ali Catch. Would you?
Definitely.
Oh, blimey, that was stereo.
I've no doubt she's going to be sticking around after Bound for Glory for a couple of weeks. I think she'll be around for the tapings. Because I've no doubt that this isn't over between Masha Slamovich and Ali Catch, and you might even see her and Jordynne Grace square off against each other.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Jumping ahead, I could even see her in the Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'd be really good turning up in the Gauntlet. definitely. And there's one thing that they're obviously not shying away from now. They're not shying away of putting the ladies in with the men. So I'm all for it. I'd like to see more than one female turn up there. I'm sure someone like a Savannah Evans would potentially turn up in that as well. And also, here's some great news as well. Is the Blacksmiths apparel announced that their next talent to have merch is Ace Austin. Well, we knew it was inevitable, didn't we, guys?
Oh, inevitable indeed.
Absolutely. So, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they come up with him. Obviously, it's going to be Bullet Club related. So looking forward to that. One thing's for sure, it's going to be, I can wear this bad boy down the road. I'm going to be able to wear this down the pub. It's going to look. I'm going to look great in it. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm still waiting for my Firestarter Jake Chris one to turn up. They still that one I've got on the back order. So I'm waiting for that one because it's not been
Triumphant.
It is triumphant. You're right. So yeah, this guy's apparel is fantastic. So if you haven't checked him out, blacksmithsapparel.com, go and check it out. Really good stuff. I think you miss out the A, you miss out the I. Is that right?
I think he just takes all the
Bill,
all the vowels. He takes all the vowels out.
Yeah.
BLAKSMTH apparel.com. Yes. I believe that's correct. So anyway, go and check it out. I think there's a TNI code. I don't know if it still applies. Trent, you might better clarify that if you're still in the chat. If we've still got the discount code available for the TNI tribe. But definitely get over there. There's some fantastic stuff. What have we got next to talk about? So, I know what I want to talk about. I watched this earlier on today, and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Outside the Ropes' latest interview with Josh Alexander is absolute fire. Well worth a watch via YouTube. I love the way they use the underlying music to really set the tone for the questions and the answers. Like where they sort of kind of like if it's a light-hearted question, the music's all nice and light-hearted. If it's more of a sort of kind of like drama-filled, what are you going to do to, how you're going to win this bad boy, that sort of thing. What are you going to do to Eddie Edwards? It starts to go a little bit more sinister when they were talking about Moose and all that kind of stuff. I liked it. I think it was really cool. It just reminded me of the way they the way you set up horror films. Like horror films, like I know, but horror films, I say horror films, but even like Star Wars or whatever it is, some of these amazing blockbuster movies are sometimes made by their soundtracks.
Yeah, it's all about immersion.
Yeah, and this, for instance, for me, is like, actually, this interview was good. It was great, but it was really sold by the way that they use music, underlying everything. It worked really, really well. I loved it. So, guys, if you haven't seen John Hannifan's Outside the Ropes talking to Josh Alexander, you need to do it because it's really good. It's available on YouTube. Go and check it out. Did you guys see it? Have you both seen it yet?
No, not yet. No.
It's really good. It's really, really good. You need to check it out. It's only on YouTube. It's free, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, go and check it out. Now, Monday this week, guys, I had a sick chat with Jessica, from the Death Dolls, as they're calling themselves now. It's well worth checking it out as we talked about her signing with Impact, her and Rosemary's relationship, and of course her match alongside Ty at BFG for the Knockouts tag titles versus Vexed. Well worth a watch. Go and check it out. It's on the Total Nonstop Impact YouTube channel under the TNI UK banner. Go and check it out. It's a good interview. I think it's my best.
'Cause I'm sick!
Sick! Yeah, because I think it's my best interview yet. I thought the Rosemary one was really good. And this one, I think, is just as good as that, if not better. So make sure you go
I can turn it on anytime, Pat.
Come on,
no problem.
Exactly that. Anyway, so bonus baby. There you go. Star Wars. Now you're talking. Exactly. Yeah. The Force is definitely with me. The Force is, or the Beefalo is with me. That's for sure. But yeah, so Bonkers enjoyed it, so that's good. And I know a few other people really enjoyed the interview. if you think it was great, share it out. You know, we want as many people to see this interview as possible. I was having a chat with Simon earlier. I think you might see it turn up being shared on Impact UK on Twitter at some point later this week. So
Nice.
you never know. Watch out for it. But yeah, it was a good interview. Really, really good. So make sure you go and check it out. Guys, let's talk some Bound for Glory, shall we? Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, let's talk about the countdown to BFG. So anyway, so on the countdown, we've got Brian Myers with his DMC title open challenge. You know, we know it's not going to be any of the guys that are in the Gauntlet currently that we know. So it ain't going to be Bobby Fish. You know, it's not going to be Rich Swann. It's not, you know, it's not going to be any of those guys. So it's going to be someone fresh. It's not someone that's currently on the card. The only person I would think, if it was someone that's currently on the card, for me, the only choice would be Matt Cardona.
Yeah, I was thinking along those lines as well.
But I have a feeling it's going to be someone fresh. But I think it's going to be Matt Mid Cardona. Definitely.
But the truth is, you're nothing but a mid-Cardona.
Because the reality of it is, you know, he didn't really lose the title, did he?
No.
So he's going to want that bad boy back, and now he's healed. I just have a feeling it's going to be Matt coming back, and he's gonna, you know, just like totally shock Brian. He's going to be in the ring, open challenge. I'll take on anyone. You know, you the only condition you've got to have a check mark, and then Matt Cardona's music will hit, and out he'll come. Yeah, so that's what I think.
I sort of had Cardona, or as Simon said, my other choice would have been Joe Hendry coming out.
Yes, that is the other choice. However, I think Joe's going to be on the main card. But yes, that was the other thought. Either Joe Hendry was gonna you know, come in on the countdown. I have a feeling that because the thing is, if Joe Hendry comes in, if he's coming in on a singles match, you need him to win. He's got to win. Otherwise, straight away, what a terrible debut, right? So I just don't see him taking on that DMC title straight off the bat. I just don't see it. So I don't think it's going to be that, because if he did, he would lose. So for me, the best way to bring someone like Joe in, give him a real good run in the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. That's what I think. Get him in there, get him to last a good 20 minutes or so, have a real good go, you know, eliminate a few people before he gets eliminated, or even win that one. You know, people might not expect that to happen. Maybe he'll even win the Gauntlet. That's what I think. I think that would be the perfect place to bring him in. Now, we've also got the Ravens Hall of Fame induction going on the countdown to BFG. Now, I hope they make a real big thing of this. Who do you think is going to induct Raven?
It's got to be Tommy Dreamer.
Tommy Dreamer or Sammy Callahan.
All right, okay. So I think you're right. I think it is more likely to be Tommy Dreamer. But what if Paul Heyman turns up?
Yeah, that would be good.
It would be awesome, but I don't see it happening.
It would break
Why
the
not?
internet.
Well, did they not get The Rock?
They did, but they only got The Rock and AJ in video format.
Okay, that's what I mean. I don't necessarily mean he'd be there in person.
Okay.
But imagine if Paul Heyman was the guy that was inducting Raven, because at the end of the day, Raven was EC Dub, wasn't he? Right.
Yeah.
So he was EC Dub.
Yeah.
It could only be two people for me. It could only be two people. Raven was massive on ECW, so it could either be Paul Heyman or Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
When he obviously
Jeff Jarrett bringing him back into
TNA. It's got to be someone like that. I cannot see it being. That's how I feel. Like say, Tommy Dreamer, yeah, because he's there. That would be the easy option. But I just think that over the last few years, they brought in some big names to do some inductions, haven't they?
I just can't see it being Jarrett with the whole kind of big feud and everything they had and how everything went sour for years.
Don't know. I don't know.
Water under the bridge now. You know, Tommy Dreamer and Raven had beat the shit out of each other for over 20 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you know, what about, you know, you could turn around and say, what about Rhino or someone like that?
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many people. There's so many people that could induct him, and the induction's going to be interesting. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't. I'm really looking forward to this. I can't wait, actually. Because
I hope we get Raven on commentary again.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to Raven's speech more than anything.
Yeah.
Oh, can you imagine it? He'll definitely in the end say, "Quote the Raven, nevermore."
Oh, yeah.
At the end, he's got to, isn't he? He's got to.
I would love him to do the speech while just sitting in the corner.
Yeah. Facing the wall.
Yeah.
Sitting in the corner, facing the wall. Oh my god, that would be so good. But what we got here? But what's Bonus Baby saying? Still think there may be another side to the trade for Mickie James in the Royal Rumble, unless the AJ Styles video was the deal. Paul Heyman, like I say, Paul Heyman maybe.
Maybe.
I just, you know, I would mark out if it was Paul Heyman. I'm not going to lie. I would mark out if it was Paul Heyman, based on the fact that for me, you know, when I was you know, a little Bison, you know, I was a big mark for Paul Heyman. I thought his promo skills were amazing. I was super sold on him. He was great. And of course, at the end of the day, I was a huge Brock Lesnar fan as well, you know, back in the day. And, you know, Paul Heyman was his representative. And I totally was sold on all of that stuff. So, you know, I would love it to be Paul Heyman. I think it'd be a massive shock if it was. And I like the way that whoever it's going to be, they've kept it super quiet.
Yeah.
They always seem to every year, though, don't they?
They do. However, there was rumours going around about The Rock, wasn't there?
There was, yeah.
Yeah. So, but interesting. It's who it's going to be. I'm really interested. Let us know in the chat what you think. Who do you think will induct Raven into the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame? Who do you think it'll be? I'd be interested to know everyone's thoughts on this one. Keep popping them up when people put their things in. Pop them up. I'd be interested.
Bully Ray, good ones from Bunkers.
Yeah, there you go.
Mickie
James,
Mickie James, Alexis Lurie, that she was back then.
Yeah, it could be.
Country!
That is a real good choice. Yeah, that's a real good choice. Real good choice. And of course, she's there. So, you know, why not? Why not? Why not use her in that capacity? She is there. Why not? And she worked with Raven. So, you know, there's so many possibilities. Can you imagine getting the whole of the gathering in? That would be so good. Yeah, Tommy Dreamer, his biggest rival. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So we go into Bound for Glory card. Let's have a good chat about this. So, I mean, I don't know what order everything's going to go in. So I've just basically gone with it. So the first thing that we've got is the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. Now, the Gauntlet itself is 20 competitors. We know we've got Gujar. We've got Rich Swann. We've got PCO. Can I just say, PCO followed me on Twitter, and I had a conversation with him in my messages yesterday. That's so cool. I was so cool. Like, look at me. I'm being followed by Perfect Creation 1. Everyone.
Awesome.
How awesome is that? Anyway.
I love this match!
There, maybe the Sandman. I've noticed Anna Reed has put that one in the chat. Maybe Sandman. Violet, you could be right. So we've got Sami Callihan, we've got Moose and Macklin. So you've got those three from Victory Road, you know, fresh from Barbed Wire Massacre in there. We've got Heath, we've got Giselle Shaw, and we've got Bobby Fish so far. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've got another 10. Now, we know we're going to get at least one more female. Could that be Ali Catch? Could that be Maxi Impaler?
I think it might be Maxi Impaler.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Very believable if a few fellas
James Mitchell said to Rosemary last week that she's missing.
Yes, that's true. Well, we'll have to see. So we've got that. Now, people that are currently on the roster, I think, there could be a couple more. So we could be looking at maybe a Chris Bay.
You guys swing?
Johnny Swinger, Zicky Dice. We could be looking at who else we've got that we could be looking at on the roster. Obviously, you've got Raj Singh. Do you think Shearer might turn up? Trey Miguel.
Blade Kid, Black Toys, Crazy Steve. There's so many, isn't there?
There's loads.
I can turn it on anytime, Pat. Come on, no problem.
Sharp Boy could turn up. We just don't know. There's so many that could turn up. And then, of course, there's all the rumors, of some of the new faces that are coming in. So maybe we could see an Athena turn up. Maybe Joe Hendry could be his first match. Who knows? There's lots of potential to get people to get involved in this one. And Courtney's saying that maybe Frankie Kazarian would be inducting Raven.
Gathering.
Yeah, you never know.
Or Serotonin.
Yeah, there's loads of options. Absolutely loads of options. But I don't know. Who do you think, is there anyone else other than what we've just mentioned there do we think might be turning up in this Koi shot?
Well, after last year, I've kind of learned not to think, this person's going to show up, this person's going to show up. Because I think last year we all expected surprises and we didn't get too many.
No.
So I'm kind of going into this thinking, well, we've got a roster full of 20 wrestlers and knockouts that we can put in there. Let's expect that, and then any surprises are bonuses.
Yes.
So that's how I'm kind of going to go into this. Obviously, there's a few people you'd like to show up.
Yeah.
And I mean, looking at who we've got in this match, I still think Heath is a good possibility to win this.
Well, he was supposed. Did he win the last? No, Rhino won it last time.
Rhino won it. Yeah. But then
Heath was supposed to win it, but then Rhino
injured.
But then Macklin is perfect. Macklin is the perfect person as well, because you want that tweener to win it so that you don't know who's going to win the main event.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can imagine that Macklin then just suddenly turns up and tries to claim his shot or whatever.
Yeah, if like Rich Swann wins,
tries
if Rich
to pull
Swann
a move,
wins it, then there's a good chance that you feel Eddie's going to win.
Mm. Yes, true. Yes, true. I don't know. What do you think, Joe? You got any thoughts on this? Do you think anyone's going to turn up, or do you think it's just going to be, Impact roster, members?
We might. I think.
Vincent. We still got Vincent. We never mentioned him.
Yeah.
Vincent's the strong guy to come in. I think we might get other knockouts in, like Alicia Edwards, possibly. I think I've already called for Savannah Evans to come in. I spoke to her and called for her to come in. We got. I think if Ace Austin is not in any matches, then he'll definitely be in. And same with Chris Bay, maybe Juice Robinson. So there's a lot of talent out there and on the roster that, like Steve said, that it's better to think about it local and then be blown away by expectations we didn't think were there. But I can definitely see a lot more knockouts hopefully being involved this year as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be this year, but I think maybe next year we will see a knockout win it.
Yeah, it would be good. I think that would be really cool. But yeah, no, okay. So can I just say a quick hello to Barry? Barry Monkey's in the chat, and also Jeff Samuels just turned up as well. So it's great to see you. James Bryant, he believes in Joe Hendry. Don't we all? Don't we all? We all believe. We all believe. You only have to say his name and he'll appear. So don't say it. Don't say it. But you never know. He might appear. Now, we then got Mickie James versus Mia Yim, and of course in the last rodeo match. Again, this is where a lot of speculation are been heading on with regards to Mia Yim, saying that this is going to be her, her farewell match. And she gets obviously Mickie gets to lose to Mickie James. But But I think this is going to be a great match. I'm excited for this one. I can't wait. I mean, any match involving Mia Yim generally is pretty good, and any match involving Mickie James, she's a legend. What more can be said? So Mickie James versus Mia Yim. I just don't think there's a lot to really say about it other than it's going to be awesome, right?
It's going to be fantastic. I'm really looking forward to this one. I'm hoping it's not Mia Yim's last match, win or lose. I think she's going to sign on for an extended period of time because she said in many interviews that she feels like she's home. Like Ty Valkyrie said when she came back to wrestling, she feels like she's home. And this is, Mia Yim and Ty Valkyrie both fell out of love with wrestling after WWE, and they come to about wrestling, and then it's all revived. So I could see Mia Yim staying on for at least another 6 months, and then seeing what happens then.
I think I'm pretty sure she'll sign an extension. I'd be very surprised if she didn't. She's been very happy. She's been having great matches. She's being treated like the star she is. So why would you go anywhere else unless you've been offered a lot of money? Then I can't imagine any other reason why she would go anywhere. It's about time that the Impact started opening up the money truck and started paying some of these guys some good wonga to stay, really. But we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah. We've then got the Knockouts Tag Title match, which of course is VXT. As we know, Chelsea Green and Gianna Prazo versus the newly named Death Dolls, Taya Valkyrie, and of course my interviewee on Monday, Jessica.
'Cause I'm sick!
With of course, the incredible Rosemary ringside as well, being the mentor. She's the mentor in this. So I think this is going to be really good. I don't know whether the Death Dolls thing was planned or whether it was just something that came out on Twitter or something, because I think I saw something like somebody hashtag Death Dolls or something on Twitter, and then all of a sudden they were being announced as the Death Dolls. But anyway, so I think it's cool. I mean,
it works.
It works. Why not? I don't know. What do you think, Joe? You like it?
I do. Yeah, it made me laugh because I think this is just going to add more to what I was thinking last week. That it's going to start pushing Rosemary aside more, should they lose. And so Ty Valkyrie and Jessica Havoc are working together really well. Even Havoc pushed Rosemary aside last week to get this all to get everyone on track. Basically, Rosemary was trying to. So it's them merging into a team now. It's going to split Rosemary away from them completely.
Okay, what about you, Steve?
Yeah, it's certainly in a more interesting match, I think, now that they've got this team name, because you do feel like this is going to go further than just a couple of matches. So yeah, it's definitely a new dynamic, and you can definitely feel it become more of a team now, which gives more intrigue into the match, I think. Because it's a difficult one to call. I think it really is.
I think it is, but I'd be very surprised because, of course, the other rumor is Chelsea Green hasn't re-signed at all. So obviously that's a tough one. So I mean, at the moment, what do you do? Do you know what I mean? What do you do?
Yeah, but then like I say, I'm never a fan of the hot potato title. So it's one. That's of those
right.
where
That's why I want it to stay on VXT.
Yeah. Like I say, they kind of need to retain, and like Joe was saying, a loss here could kind of put more of a spanner in the works. And like I say, who knows what Rosemary's got planned at BFG with this new sort of show thing that she said that she's going to be up to.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah, no, I agree. So. I'm going to go VXT are going to win. I think VXT are going to win, which will then potentially cause more of an issue with regards to the Death Dolls. Either that, or they'll get together. It'll bring them together even more. And who knows? I don't know.
Is this where we see the return of Su Yung?
Well, I think if we see the return of Su Yung, it'll be the Knockouts World Title match, which we'll get to in a second. But you never know. Sue may turn up during this one. But
You just feel it has to have
a.
I don't know. You just feel it has to have some kind of connection with the Undead Realm.
Yeah, definitely. But at the same time, she is synonymous with that Knockouts title, isn't she?
Mm.
And she's on her own normally. She's not normally a tag team. So I don't know, unless all of a sudden she brings, like you say, a couple of undead bridesmaids with her. You never know, I suppose. You never know.
No.
But we then move on to the X Division Championship. Now we've got Mike Bailey versus, former X Division and TNA legend Frankie Kazarian. He won at Victory Road to get this opportunity to face Mike Bailey. This is going to be a great match, and this is probably going to be the first time that we get to see an Impact talent beat an AEW talent clean. I think. Other than, obviously, the world title that was lost to Christian. But
Eddie Edwards beat Kenny Omega clean, but that wasn't for one-on-one. It was in a tag match.
That's what I'm saying. So not in a one-on-one. I'm talking about a full-on one-on-one situation. I think obviously Josh took out Christian, but I think we're definitely going to see Frankie lose here. Although it's going to be a hell of a match. I think it's going to be a hell of a match. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm still waiting for this feud or something that's going to grip me with regards to Mike Bailey. I'm enjoying his matches, but I'm not invested in him.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. Something needs to change there. And like I say, I've seen a lot of people kind of saying, well, if Kazarian wins, then, TK wins and, he'll go back to AEW with the X Division title and hold it hostage. But part of me feels like Kazarian's here because he wants to be here.
He wants to be here and he wants to wrestle.
And it's one of those things where I feel like Kazarian will win the title here, and I feel like he'll stick around for a while.
Okay. All right. What about you, Joe? Do you think Kaz's going to win?
If I think Mike Bailey's probably going to win, and then we're going to get the person who's going to beat him afterwards. But if Kazarian does win, he's not going to let Tony Khan treat it like the way he did with Kenny Omega and the world title, which Frankie Kazarian's a lot more professional than Tony Khan is, and Kenny Omega was just going on for the ride. Really, he had no choice in the matter, to be honest. It was, let's see what happens, and let's take as much publicity as we can, given the whole thing with the pandemic wasn't helping. So, but it's different atmosphere now, and if Frankie Kazarian wins, then there'll be a way to show Tony Khan can work with people without being completely biased.
Yes, possibly. There is a possibility of that, that's for sure. Hang on a second. Am I getting louder or quieter, guys?
No, it seems fine.
No, you seem fine.
What about now?
That's fine.
Still seem the same.
Okay, cool. So nothing to worry about there. Then I thought my mic was getting quiet for some reason. Okay, so interesting. There's different opinions here with regards to rumors and stuff. Some people think it makes wrestling a little bit more fun. Others thinks it ruins it, but
you enjoy it how you enjoy it.
We all see and look at wrestling differently, and we all enjoy it differently.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Do I feel rumors spoil stuff? Maybe sometimes. Do they add a little bit of sort of kind of like fun to it, especially when you think something's going to happen and it goes completely opposite way.
Yeah.
Like you could read the spoiler of a match and then see it happen on when it's played live, and it could come out completely different to how you thought it would on paper.
Yeah, no, exactly. I totally agree. But there you go. So I personally think Mike Bailey's going to win, but you guys reckon Kaz is going to win, yeah?
I'm split down the middle, but if Frankie Kazarian does win, it's not going to be a bad thing.
Okay. We then have got the Impact World title match, and of course the tag title match, the Kingdom versus the Motor City Machine Guns, or OGK, or whatever you want to call them. The bottom line is, Mike Bennett, Matt Taven, fantastic tag team against probably one of the best tag teams in the world. Going to be a great match, right?
Oh yeah. We know what the Guns can do. Since 2007, and OGK have come in, or the Kingdom as they're going by now, and they've been tearing it up since they've gone into the tag division. So really looking forward to this. But as much as I love the Guns, they don't need the belts. The Kingdom have just got them, and they need to keep pushing because Honor No More is starting to get more momentum back.
Yes, totally. And the thing is, if it goes beyond BFG, then we want to see a nice, decent title run with these guys because like you say, they're a fantastic tag team. If the Guns lose to them, it only gives them more credibility, right?
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think either way, I think it's going to be a fantastic match, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm going to try and ignore all the negativity that's been sort of kind of built around the Kingdom with regards to obviously their contracts running out on Sunday, by all accounts. So
Biggest, dumbest Melvin.
what are you saying? Who's done that? Who's calling me a Melvin?
No, this is the people that are spreading shit.
I'm telling you, mate. I'm going to come over there. I'm going to seriously give you some beefalo. All right, just calm down.
Melvins. You've stepped over the line now. You've taken it too far.
Right, I'm coming now. That's it. Anyway, right. Loving the sound bites today. Loving the sound bites. Okay, we then got the Knockouts World Title match. We've got Jordynne Grace versus Masha Slamovich. This has been built up fantastically. This has probably been built up just as well as Josh and Eddie, if not better, for me. This is going to be an absolute slobber knocker of a match. You've got two powerhouses, hard hitting, bitches that are going to go for it. You know what I'm saying? They're going to proper go for it. I think this is going to be potential of match of the night. What do you reckon, Steve?
Yeah, you've said it. It is a match of the night contender. We know, we've started to see more of what Masha can do. Obviously, we knew what she could do before she came in from that match with Deanna. But we haven't really seen it until recently because obviously all the matches she's had have been 30-second squash matches.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is going to be the big test, and again, it's a tough one to call because if Jordynne's only had the title for a little while, so yeah, part of me feels like Jordynne's going to retain here.
Yeah. I have a feeling that's going to happen. Definitely. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah. The build's been amazing, especially the pick your poison matches have been just show that these two are pretty much unstoppable beasts, and this match is going to be absolute mayhem. So we're in for a long match, and we're in for a hell of a ride with this one. I think Jordynne Grace will win because Masha Slamovich being undefeated for so long will just add that extra merit to Jordynne Grace's victory, and it's not going to damage Masha Slamovich in any way. And then this will head on to Jordynne Grace versus Mickie James, come hard to kill.
I think either way, Masha's got to lose at some point.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
when you come up against someone like Jordynne Grace, who, quite frankly, is an absolute powerhouse, she might not be the tallest in the world, but she proved that you don't have to be the tallest dog in the yard to win.
No.
There you go. I mean, look at that over. What was it? Was it a suplex?
Yeah,
She literally
Alabama slam to Max the Impaler. That was incredible. That was
on the ramp.
Yeah,
just unbelievable. And it was almost in slow motion as well.
Yeah,
it was unbelievable.
And to get her up for the Grace driver as well.
Yeah, it was incredible. She is so strong.
Mm.
You've got to be a pretty badass bitch to beat Jordynne Grace, in my opinion.
Oh, baby!
Masha will give it a good go.
Oh yeah.
I was watching an interview. I can't remember who was doing it, but Jordynne was saying, she knows that this is going to be the toughest match of her career, and she's ready for it. So she's been training every day, and we've all been seeing the countdown, haven't we? And every day she's doing more and more, and she's getting buffer and buffer and buffer. And come Slammiversary come Bound for Glory on Friday, she is going to be absolutely on fire. So I'm excited. I think, like I say, it's going to be definitely a contender for match of the night for me. So we then move on to the main event. Now, I'm guessing for me, this is more of a joint main event with the Knockouts title and, of course, the Impact World title. You've got Josh Alexander, the title holder, and the badass, who hasn't been pinned until last week for like almost a year, versus Eddie Edwards. This has been built so well, in my opinion. Certainly in the last few weeks, it's really taken some serious, momentum. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be two fantastic wrestlers going at it, really beating the holy crap out of each other. What do you think on this one? I'm going to go with Steve. What do you think on this one, brother?
Yeah, like you said, the build was subtly done, but it was done really well. Some people have sort of said, "Oh, Eddie in the main event again," but it works. It really does, and you don't even need like a story if you don't need, because these two are going to put on an absolute classic clinic of a match. You know what you get from them, and it's going to be a 5-star match. It really is. I'm really looking forward to it. And it's one of those annoying ones again, because you feel like Eddie's going to win it for Honor No More to take away all the gold. But if Josh loses, he's had a shorter title reign than Moose. So has he really got one over on Moose? It's a tricky one.
Yeah. I'm saying I'm going to go Josh Alexander will win. Pure, winning over Eddie Edwards is a big feather in his cap. What do you think, Joe?
I've been looking forward to this for a long time, but they've built this brilliantly, like you guys have said. Since Eddie Edwards came into with Honor No More, part of me was thinking, is he going to get this world title shot down the line, or is he going to slip past him? And as this whole this whole civil war, if we like to say, between Honor No More and Impact Wrestling has gotten more and more twisted by Eddie Edwards just completely losing the plot. It's gotten more and more interesting. I've been waiting to see is this going to be the end of Honor No More should Eddie Edwards lose. I'm going to stick it to my guns, and I think Eddie Edwards is going to win. Honor No More are going to go with all the gold, and then it's going to come crashing down to him before the end of the year. And because Eddie Edwards has got this string of bad luck winning against the world title, like you saw when he won it at Slammiversary about 2020. Eric Young came in, beat him 6 weeks later. So I can see if that happened with Eddie Edwards, and then that going and lashing out on No More and disbanding them completely would be if Eddie Edwards was to win the title. But Eddie Edwards walking out with the bragging rights would be fantastic, and Josh Alexander getting the belt back off of him is just amazing.
Okay.
And
go on, Steve.
Something that's just popped in my head. Could this be where we see PCO finally lose it with Eddie and do the face turn?
That is not an appropriate question!
There could be some shenanigans. There could be. And again, like I forgot to say, I think at the end of the match between Masha and Jordynne Grace, I think that's when Su Young's going to turn up.
Yeah.
And will be basically stare down whoever wins. I think Su Young versus Masha Slamovich would be insanely good.
Oh yeah.
But we'll have to see.
Yeah. Every match could go either way. That's the sign of good booking.
Very good booking.
I think it's going to be an incredible night. I'm excited. I can't wait for Friday to come. And I can't wait for tomorrow night's go-home show either.
No.
But before we get to that, we do need to talk about the digital media exclusive match this week, which is the X Division Championship Speedball Scramble.
Mm.
Did I say that right? Speedball Scramble. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Bailey.
Insane.
There you go. Mike Bailey versus Chris Bay versus JD Griffey versus Gringo Loco versus Billy Starks. Another one of my favorites that's not signed at the moment. I would hope they do. Versus Casey Navarro versus Dante Leon. Basically, this happened on a Wrestling Revolver show a couple of weeks ago, or about a month ago. It was. I watched it live. I watched it on the Wrestling Revolver show, and it was great. I haven't actually rewatched it again. I haven't had time, but it's a damn good match. If you like multi-man X Division, fast-flowing, high-flying,
Insane
matches,
Yeah.
this is one for you. Please make sure you go and check it out. It's currently available to Ultimate Insiders, Impact Plus subscribers, and I think it becomes available either Saturday or Sunday for free on YouTube and Impact Plus. If you're not, then make sure you go and check this match out because it is good. It is really, really good. Now we then head into tomorrow night. We've got a BTI match. Now, for me, this is a bit of an odd one because normally on a BTI match, you would have stuff which kind of leads into something that happens on Impact Wrestling. However, at the moment, this one seems a little bit weird. Unless we're going to get a program from either one of these guys over the next 4 or 5 months. So we've got Alex Zane versus Juice Robinson. Now, I'm not going to say it's not good. It's not going to be a great match because, but these guys are insanely good, and it's going to be a good match. Without doubt, this is going to be a good match, right? But as we know, Impact Wrestling is all about storytelling. Where does this come into storytelling? What is this about? Or is it just a random match? What do you think, Joe?
Oh, that's a tough one. I know both of them are with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and Juice Robinson is currently jumping between New Japan, Impact, and AEW. So, but Alex Zane, I would love to see both of them signed up with Impact Wrestling on a paper approach contract like they are now, or something better, something bigger. But New Japan Pro Wrestling is their main stomping ground. I'm really looking forward to the match. Long-term storytelling. I think it could be to Alex Zane versus the Bullet Club one way or another, given that Juice Robinson is now in the Bullet Club. I think somewhere down the line, Alex Zane could end up going after Ace Austin and finally getting some revenge there, maybe. But I'm just looking forward to this match.
You think it might have something to do with, it might have some sort of kind of like Bullet Club, Ace Austin kind of connotations then?
Yeah, given what Ace Austin did to him back at New Japan Pro Wrestling in the tournament, and Juice Robinson's done, and Hikuleo done the Hikuleo did the same thing to Juice Robinson,
yeah,
and Jay White, which is what
yeah, I can see what you're saying. There's a sort of kind of like long-term storytelling side of things there.
Yeah,
could this lead to possibly Ace Austin coming down and costing Alex Zane the match?
Be interesting.
You don't know. It could maybe. There's something going on there. Bonkers. I don't believe that's true. Because the reality is he's only just recently signed a new contract with them. So I'm thinking there's some sort of storyline thing going on there. But who knows? We'll have to. I mean, we don't know. And that's the thing, right? And that is the thing. We can all see these things on Twitter. We can all see these things on Facebook and social media generally, but it doesn't mean that it's true. You know, it's just rumor. I mean, Juice could be playing on it. I know some of the stuff came out of his own mouth or on his own Twitter, but he could be just naysaying. He could be just jawjacking to get people thinking, get people talking. You just don't know. So it'd be interesting to see where it goes. We then go into Impact Wrestling, which is the go-home show, obviously, to Bound For Glory. We've got And this sort of kind of, ties in with the Corey Shot Gauntlet. We've got Steve Macklin versus Moose with special guest referee Sami Callihan.
Good job, Scott. Good job.
Did anybody see that coming?
Well, first thing I'll say, a couple of weeks ago, I can't remember who it was. Well, at some point, someone in the comments suggested that. I can't remember who it was, but whoever it was, well done. Because I'm sure someone mentioned it, and we were all like, "Oh yes, that has to be booked." And lo and behold, we're here.
I wonder whether they were at the set of tapings.
Maybe.
They knew. Yeah, they knew.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this is gonna be a hell of an interesting match. Sami is gonna be so interesting to watch in this.
I just want to know what he's going to wear. I want to see Sami in the black and white stripes. But what is it going to be that he's wearing? Because I can't see him in just a bog standard black and white striped shirt. Can you?
No,
there you
probably
go,
an eye patch.
baby.
Probably an eye patch because he's got a cracked orbital bone.
yeah, black and white striped eye patch. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be oh my god! I think it's going to be mental. It's going to be mental, and I'm down for it. Bonus baby saying that was him, and at the time he was joking.
He's joking. Awesome.
Yeah. So there you go. So well done. Good booking.
You got an eye for it, mate.
Good booking. We've then got the incredible Matt Taven or whatever you want to call him versus obviously Alex Shelley. This again is one of those sort of kind of like preludes to the tag match that we've got for the world title. Who's going to win this one? Who's going to get the psychological advantage leading into BFG? I got a feeling Alex Shelley's going to win. I do. Got a feeling Alex Shelley's going to win this match. However, I'd like to see Matt Taven win it because I love Matt Taven. I think he's great.
Yeah.
And he is a former Ring of Honor World Champion, so why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think Alex Shelley's a former Ring of Honor World Champion too, isn't he?
I'm not sure, is he?
I know Chris Sabin is, but I think I'm pretty sure Alex Shelley is too. But this is going to be one hell of a match, and whoever wins, it's going to add more to the tag team match coming the following night. It's just going to be such a great. Matt Taven's been really, really responsive to me on Twitter as well. So I'm like bumping up Matt Taven, and every time I do, he's getting back to me. So all I can say is, family comes first, and family is going to win, and then they're going to walk out bound for glory or all gold.
Okay, all right. Steve's not so sure.
No, I agree. I do feel like you though. I think that Shelley could win this. I think it'll be one of those usual bookings where Bennett will try and get involved, ref will see it, ban him from ringside, and then that'll kind of lead to a basic one-on-one.
Okay.
But yeah, it's one of those where you feel booking 101 tells you the winner of this match will lose on Friday.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's the trouble. That is the trouble with this kind of booking.
Yeah.
When they do stuff like that, you sort of almost feel that way. But okay, we'll have to see. We've then got Frankie Kazarian versus Kenny King, of all people. King. King. I'm a big Kenny King fan. Either way, these guys have faced each other probably many times in the past, so
yes,
it's going to be a well-oiled machine match. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, this is going to be another shot for match of the night. It really is, and I really hope. Part of me wants Kenny King to win it to try and get into that X Division title match.
Yeah,
but you feel that this is one of those tests to get Kazarian ready for Bayley, and who better than interesting
3-time X Division champion.
Yeah, interesting way to sort of describe this match. I'd kind of not quite go that far. No, but yeah, like it's going to be a real test for Kazarian to
Slobber Knocker's going to be Moose and Macklin, mate. That's going to be a slobber
definitely. Yeah.
But no, this will be a good match. Either way, it's going to be a good match because they're both fantastic wrestlers. We know that we're going to get a running commentary from Kenny King, who loves the sound of his own voice. So I think that's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, we need him back in the X division.
Yes, Kenny King. I love him. I think he would be a fantastic champion again. King doing the job, baby. You never know. You never know. So we then got Giselle Shaw versus Mia Yim, which, you know, again, it's going to be one of those sort of kind of like, well, Mickie beat you, now I'm going to beat you. Because I think if Giselle Shaw beats Mia Yim, where does that leave us for the pay-per-view? It sort of devalues it a little bit. So I'm pretty certain that Mia's going to win. But
couple of strange matches, you know, like the X Division one we just said, and this one, there's a few kind of like, okay, where did that come from?
It's a bit, yeah. Well, we know how it was made.
Giselle Shaw's pissed Mia Yim off, so Mia Yim's is going to put her in her place, basically.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's what I think we've got there. That's what I think we've got there. But yeah, so it's going to be quite an interesting match. It'd be a good match. It's going to be extremely athletic.
Yes,
that's for sure. It's going to be hard hitting from Mia, especially, and it's going to be very athletic from Giselle Shaw. We spoke about this before on the show. That I don't think people realize how athletic Giselle is, because she really is a very athletic performer, and very fast as well. So, you know, she puts on fantastic performances every time she goes out. So it's going to be a good match. What the outcome is, I'm not sure, but it would be silly if Mia Yim lost, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially because a win here for Giselle going into a coil shot gauntlet wouldn't really do much.
No, there's no reason for her to win in this. It doesn't alter anything moving forward. So I think Mia's going to take this one. We've also then got, of course, I mean, these never, you know, go wrong, do they? We've got Eddie Edwards and Josh Alexander contract signing, because these are perfect. These are always really well, you know, behaved, and it's going to go perfectly fine. I'm sure this is going to be the last thing that we see on Impact Wrestling tomorrow night. You know, shenanigans all the way. I don't really know what to say about this other than it's just going to be shenanigans, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you've sort of said it all, you know, it's like, well, we've seen it before and we'll see it again kind of thing.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. So Mia's saying that Jordynne, Grace and Masha are doing a signing. So they're both doing a signing, are they? I haven't seen that.
I think it's just Jordynne, Grace and Masha Slamovich that are doing the signing. I've not seen Josh Alexander and Eddie Edwards advertised anywhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've got that one wrong because I couldn't find the confirmation on that one. So I apologise. This is actually Jordynne, Grace and Masha. But again, this is definitely going to be shenanigans filled.
Tables are going to get broken. Yeah. The side of the ring is going to get destroyed. It's going to be brilliant. We're going to get to see a nice little preview of Bound for Glory. I'm just looking forward.
Again,
I'm looking forward to see who can hold either of them back without getting launched across the other side of the ring.
Yes.
Yeah. But again, this just goes to show how well and how focused they are on ensuring that they push the women just as much as the men.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's been a fantastic build. I'm looking forward to this. And I do apologise for that. But anyway, someone like Paladin just said, someone's going through a table. So we just have to wait and see where the shenanigans go on this one. But guys, that's pretty much it for this week. We've smashed through a preview of Bound for Glory. We smashed through the preview of tomorrow night's Go Home show. I've purposely not gone crazy long on this one because I know that next week is going to be a long one. So I wanted to make sure this one wasn't much more than about an hour and 20.
There's still
but
more
guys,
matches possibly too. You know, there's still room for one or two matches on, especially on the pre-show, and maybe one of the matches on the main card. But
exactly, I think there's room. I mean, Steve's not so sure because we were talking about the Gauntlet. They normally give a Gauntlet a good 20 minutes, don't they?
I can definitely
So-
see one more match being added to the pre-show, but I'm saying hypothetically one for the main card, but most likely not. But given that the collar shot gauntlet is going to be about half an hour long, and
I think it just depends on how long they do the. You've got the ceremony going on as well
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
countdown.
because the ceremony
So-
is kind of there instead of a match, isn't it? Really.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. But you never know. They could add another match in.
Yeah.
You just don't know. But I'm looking forward to all of it. I'm excited about all of it. I want to know
Yeah.
who's going to turn up and face Brian Meyer. So I'm going to be tuning into the whole thing. I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are too. It's this Friday. If you can't get a ticket, you can't get in there, get onto Fight TV or payperview.com. Get it ordered. Make sure you're there, being a part of this pay-per-view, Bound for Glory, this Friday. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. And I can't wait to review it next Wednesday. So, I'm looking forward to it. And guys, don't forget to check out the interview of, funny enough, hashtag BTI, Bison Talks Impact, is available right now. Interview with Jessica, because she is sick, and that's going to be available right now via the Total Nonstop Impact Network on YouTube. Go and check it out on the TNI under TNI UK. It's right there. It's a great interview. I think it's the best one I've done. Go and check it out. But guys, please don't forget to head over to TNI Patreon for exclusive extra content when you sign up, and also make sure you watch tomorrow night's flagship TNI Impact Live Review directly after Impact airs on Access and, of course, YouTube and Impact Plus. Also, all TNI shows are available for all you Listen on the Go fans as audio only via SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to your favourite shows. Where can we find you on the socials, Joe?
You can find me at JOK Empty Space on Twitter. You can look for hashtag Empty Space, hashtag Into the Void, or if you fancy to tickle your taste buds and your sense of humour, look for hashtag Daily Giggle. They are all popping up on Twitter now more than Facebook. So most of my social stuff, you can find them both from there. But Twitter, you want to check all my wrestling stuff out. And approach with an open mind, and you just might keep your sanity.
Can I just say a quick hello to Hakeem? You're a little bit late, my brother, but we're about to finish, so you could start from the beginning. Where can we find you, my friend? Where can we find you, Stephen?
You can find me over on Twitter at SimplySteve311 for everything Impact Wrestling related. Hop over there, give us a look and follow, and I'll give you a follow back. So for everything Impact Wrestling related, SimplySteve311.
Nice. And if you're interested in following and finding out a little bit more of the Bison, just head over on Twitter at LordBison45. You cannot miss me. I'm everywhere when it comes to Impact Wrestling. So go and check out what I've got to say. And you never know. You might like it. Give me a follow. Don't forget to also follow at We Talk Impact, which is obviously the Total Nonstop Impact Twitter. You've got to make sure you follow that at We Talk Impact. Don't forget to do that. Impact Talk for Impact fans here on the TNI Network. Now, please, guys, take the time to help us out moving up the rankings on YouTube by giving us a thumbs up. If you're new to us and you like what you've seen, then click subscribe, and don't forget to give the bell a tickle, a squeeze, or a smash to never miss any of the great content from TNI UK and the US teams coming out each and every week, from interviews to reviews to previews, old stuff. We do all sorts of stuff. So get over there and make sure that you subscribe, tickle the bell, never miss any of the great content we got coming out. Please don't forget to head over to Shop Impact, get your Joe Dorans t-shirts. Don't forget to support him. We appreciate Joe. Show your support. That would be appreciated. I also want to make sure you guys are aware that our sponsor, Manscaped, make sure you go and check that out. And, of course, blacksmithsapparel.com. Go and check that out as well. Don't forget to use the codes. I did ask Trent earlier if the codes were still valid. I'm sure they are, so go and check out, give it a go. If it's not, they're not going to let you have the stuff at discount. But it's certainly worth checking it out anyway. Anyway, don't forget if you want to support TNI, head over to the Spreadshirt store or prowrestlingtees.com/total nonstop impact. We've got a flash sale on at the moment. Don't forget to check that out. I think it's Flash 20. I think it's the code for that to go and get your Bison t-shirt. And of course, if you fancy getting any of the other TNI shirts, you're more than welcome. But just remember, the first shirt you want to buy is the Bison shirt, and then any of the other TNI shirts after that. But you get a 20% discount either way. So go and check it out. Flash 20. So there you go. Okay. Don't forget. No, I've already done that. I've done the shirts. God, there's all this stuff I've got to try and remember to say.
But just give a quick shout out to Paladin. The dogs are brilliant. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Paladin, yes. Definitely. And I'll tell you what. The last thing I want to do is I want to say thank you to all of our fantastic TNI tribe that join us every single week. We've had quite an active chat this week, so it's fantastic that you guys are here. We appreciate each and every single one of you. You keep coming back time after time. What's going on with the lights? You were having a disco back there?
No, they're plugging my light socket's knackered, basically.
Okay.
I'm not going to get
good.
up. It's a pain in the ass.
I like it. Look, you should start doing this.
No, I'm just glad I've not got photosensitivity as an epileptic symptom.
That's what happens in the void.
Yeah.
Yes. Is that what's happening? You're gradually going to head back into the void. It's suddenly all the flashing will stop and you'll be gone.
Probably.
That'll be it. Gone into the void. But there you go. Anyway, with all that said, guys, I've been Bison. These guys have been Simply Steve, and of course, Joker is heading his way back to the void. And this has been episode 103 of Impacted. Take care, everyone. Ta-da.
We're Bison!